Excellent. Well, if you're all ready to go, we can do it. And you're with Martine on Lake Mac Lide FM, the new 97.3, and this is the Lake Mac Lide Show, where we have lots of interesting people come in. We've had lots of interesting people this morning, but I'm very excited to have our very own local firefighter here, Matt. How are you, my dear?
Oh, good morning, thanks.
Well, thanks for being here. I'm a bit worried. Are you on duty at the moment? Who's looking after the station?
Oh, I've got someone working for me today.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, of course, when I told my kiddies, my two young girls, who are skipping school today and are at home, Livy and Sophie, they wanted to know, do you have a dog at the station? Is there a station dog?
Not at the station,
Oh,
no, we don't.
They were thinking a Dalmatian with a little red hat or something.
There is one of them out at Broken Hill.
Yeah.
They're a little mascot that lives with one of the members, yeah.
Yeah. Because I guess you can have a dog at the station because it is manned 24 and woman-manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, there's always someone there.
Most of the stations, yeah. Full-time ones are. So.
Fantastic. Now we've dragged you in today, but I do know that you do a lot of media stuff though, Matt. But they put you out there, don't they? Every time they need a spokesperson. But it's really exciting because today, New South Wales Fire and Rescue are promoting their recruitment campaign.
That's right. The permanent application's open today.
Wow.
For anyone who's contemplating a career change or a career as a firefighter.
How fit do you have to be? Because I've looked at that sort of one piece and I quite like it. But how fit do you have to be?
You need to be very fit and you need to get used to being comfortable when you're uncomfortable.
Right, okay. When you've got big heavy gear on and it's hot.
It gets very hot. The gear itself, once you've got all your structure firefighting gear on, it can weigh up to 20 kilos extra.
Out. 20 kilos. I'm carrying that extra right now and I'm pretty... I'm sweating just thinking about it. So, and then you're in an uncomfortable environment and you're lugging around great big hoses or doing other things. I mean, you're not just standing there looking pretty in your stuff. You're actually working pretty hard about it. Yeah. So when did you get into being a firefighter? What was your inspiration?
I started as a retained firefighter in 2005 and my inspiration was to work alongside my dad, who's been a firefighter pretty much since I was born.
Wow, this is in the family.
It is. My brother started as a retained firefighter about 12 months ago now.
Wow, that's amazing. So how old are you now?
I'm 33 now.
33, so it's been, what, 10, 12 years?
Yeah. I've been full-time for nearly 4. Wow,
that's fantastic. So your journey, you didn't just leave school and think I might get into it. What did you do when you sort of left school?
When I left school, I got an apprenticeship as a cabinetmaker and worked as a cabinetmaker for a good 10 plus years.
Yeah. Before, whilst you were working as a firefighter. Yeah. So I don't think a lot of people realise that you can actually work your normal main job, but get your feet into it in a part-time capacity.
In a local community, you certainly can.
And I think as well, the hours can actually suit people doing that.
The retained system can. If you're available during the day, mother at home, kids are at school and wanting something to do and get involved with your local community, by all means go down to your local station, have a chat and see if it's for you and apply. Otherwise, if the permanent system works out for you as well, applications open today. And
so the permanent system, that's full-time?
That's full-time.
Full-time, so you wouldn't be able to really have a job on the side. Well, a lot of them do, I know.
Some do, yeah.
in different things that it works out that way.
That's correct.
So are women coming through the ranks now? Because it used to be a fireman.
It used to be a fireman, and now there's a broad range of people. There's a lot of female firefighters now.
Fantastic, a lot of fit firefighters getting up there. And when you're not actually out there, because it's fire and rescue now, I mean, it's not just fire.
Just fire, no.
A lot of your work would be attending, say, motor vehicle accidents.
Motor vehicle accidents are certainly part of it. Alarms, the station that I'm attached to now, we're a hazardous material station. So our specialty's going out and rendering spills and
right.
that sort of thing safe.
Yes, yes. So in a factory, workshop environment, perhaps.
Yeah, or some sort of chemical spilt out on the road.
Yes.
Into a waterway.
Wow. Okay, so trying to contain that.
A lot of community engagement and coming to visit schools. And
Are house fires still a problem?
they are. They're not as. They don't seem to be as prevalent as they used to be, but they're still certainly a problem.
What other kind of jobs do you do? I mean, it sounds quite varied, doesn't it? I mean, well, I bet when you go home and say to the family, you know, what was your day today like? You'll have a whole list of, well, I was out, you know, hazmatting something here and out to a motor vehicle accident, house fire.
Off to a bushfire.
Off to a bushfire.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're involved with the bushfires as well.
As well, Fire and Rescue, it works alongside New South Wales RFS and bushfires.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a very busy job. Are you worried about this season? It's going to be very hot. We've had
very dry.
Very dry. Fingers crossed we've got our back burning right. But is it going to be a busy one?
I think it could be.
Yeah.
There's people who are trained better in the bushfire predictions than myself. I think it could be. Yeah,
okay. And of course there's a ripple effect, isn't there, Matt? Because if there is a bushfire, I mean, not only is it immediate danger for those people, but the ripple effect in our community is pretty huge as well.
That's correct.
Yeah. So trying to manage that in that. So being a firefighter, I mean, you're not just being, you know, you're out there rescuing people. It's the chemical spills, it's the motor vehicle accidents and so forth. But also really you're very involved in the community.
That's
as well.
Right.
Yeah.
We do a lot of school visits.
Yes.
Replacing smoke alarm batteries for nursing homes, elderly residents in the houses. The odd visit to a nursing home to have a chat to the residents. There's a lot going on. Different community groups get us involved.
Now I know the online process to apply is it's very simple, but there are some aptitude tests out there that you've got to do, and then of course the physical test as well. How would you suggest people get in shape to think about doing the physical test?
I'd say to start with, get mentally in shape to do the psychometric testing, aptitude testing to start with. Yeah. And as you work your way through that, practice moving weights over a distance. It's not so much as being bodybuilder fit, but more along the lines of CrossFit fit.
CrossFit fit, very interesting.
Yeah.
Repetitive, heavy,
moving
work.
weights over a distance and being functionally fit.
Yeah, functionally fit. Yeah, being able to go up and down stairs, I can imagine, and scaffolding type. Yeah, as well. With the psychometric testing, that would be, I'm assuming, how to remain calm, make decisions, follow procedures.
That's right.
Yeah.
Puzzle solving and that sort of thing.
And all of that, yeah. How has being a firefighter helped in your normal everyday life?
It's given me a lot of access to be able to be involved with my kids' schooling.
Isn't that a wonderful?
Get to be one of the hands-on dads.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, because you have a roster where you're on and off and on and off, and so there are quite large gaps in there where you are on, off, obviously, but then where you're off, so you can be involved with the kiddies at school. Yeah. That's right. Shout out to the kiddies. How old are they?
They're 8 and 6.
Yes.
Heath and Ashton.
And they go to school here locally?
Just at Morisset. So.
Fantastic. And you were nominated to come in and have a chat with us today because you got an amazing award, a commendation. Tell us a bit about that.
I got that in 2005. I got the Meritorious Service Award.
Wow.
Commendation. That was for Unit Fire in Morisset. My dad got the same one. One of our friends, Mark Waters, he got a Courageous Action Award for the same fire. For the same fire? So you and your dad were at the same fire? Yeah, and the station got a unit commendation as well. Oh, well, congratulations to all of you. That's brilliant. So what was it like? I didn't realise you and your dad worked alongside each other. So we got to work alongside each other for about 3 years.
Wow. What was that like?
That was good, yeah.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, it was very good.
Because I can imagine a lot of people out there be going, oh my goodness, working alongside my dad as a firefighter? Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah. So is Dad still working?
He's still working, yeah.
As a firefighter?
As a firefighter.
Wow, that's amazing. Where is he now?
He's at Curry now.
At Curry now. That's going to be busy this summer, I reckon. That's my
dry out
prediction. Yeah. Do you want me to call him and let him know? It's going to be hot and dry out there. So what we're looking for is fit, passionate people who are very resilient too, because I can imagine that can be some hairy things that you've got to come across and help out and solve, much like our coppers have to do it, nurses and medical teams, paramedics as well. You would work alongside them very closely, and and there would be, I mean, it isn't just going out and as we imagine you, just sort of the romantic way of hosing down a fire, which all sounds a lot of fun, but you would be going out to some pretty traumatic car accidents and other rescue events as well. Yeah, so you have to be pretty resilient and tough to do
some
that.
Pretty heavy things you get to see.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Unfortunate, it's part of the job.
It is, and thank goodness that we have you guys there to help us out when we are finding ourselves in the mix, I guess. I know that you guys also have quite a good system, support system, to help you work through those events as well. Back in the old days, you just look, get on your bike. Nowadays, all of the emergency services do have a really good system of now identifying and making sure that you're all able to work through that and to give you the support.
We've got a peer support program in place.
Wow.
Which you can call any one of them anytime you feel the need to. And we've got the employee service program where you can get access to further treatment as you need to. Yes,
and I can imagine there would always be ongoing training in the job. I mean, you're always probably, because there is some downtime, but you've always got to be on top of the latest of what's going on.
Every shift we do at least one drill.
Wow.
At least, and that's doing some form of training, whether that's for us at Forestville, we're doing HAZMAT training, or we might pull off another bit of gear and have a play with that and run a drill through, do some exercises, get it to work. Yeah,
keep your mind active, keep the training up in there going.
That's right.
And make sure things are second nature, because we are then used, I know that all over the world, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, in the States, they're asking New South Wales Fire and Rescue to come out and help them.
We incident management team to head out and assist them.
Yeah, so I mean, we are the cream of the cream internationally there. So, look, if anyone wants to look at joining, get online and have a look. But it's not just for the young kiddies either who are fit, and you're looking for people with life experience, people who want to maybe have a change in career.
Doesn't matter if you're 18 or 50.
There you go.
If you're fit, team player, ready to go.
Yeah.
Why not apply?
Yeah, and it's an interesting lifestyle as well.
It is. It's the best job in the world. So.
Matt, you're a great advocate for it. We appreciate that. And we'd love to hear how things pan out over summer. Will you come back maybe a bit mid-year next year and tell us what we could have done better as a community? But what's your one tip for the community, if you can give us a tip to stay safe?
If you're in a bushfire prone area, make sure that around your yard is clear to start with, and don't put blankets on heaters.
Don't put blankets on heaters. I mean, it sounds simple, but gee, I mean, we're all tempted to do it.
That's right.
Or throw a towel over it.
That's right.
So that when your kiddies get out, or when the kiddies get out of the bath, you want them to be warm, throw the jammies on the... okay, we're on it. And also, make sure you get your smoke alarm checked.
Make sure you have a working smoke alarm.
A working smoke alarm, that's it. Mine works. It works probably every Sunday night when I put a roast on. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate that, and we'll have to let you get back to it. And as my girls say, get a dog.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Matt.